Well, it's been about a week since school began for Desert Sands USD, so how are things going so far? I checked in with Superintendent Scott Bailey. Scott, it's good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Peter.
First off, how's the new school year going?
It's actually going pretty well. This is day 7 of instruction for us for the 2020-2021 school year, believe it or not. As is typical at the beginning of the year, we have some adjustments to be made. I think that arguably the teachers are also adjusting to the new reality. And if I had to classify this, I'd say we're in the zone of productive discomfort. It's constantly a learning cycle and it's uncomfortable, but we're getting better every day. And I applaud the staff that have stepped up to the challenge. We're definitely doing school differently. I applaud the parents and the students. We're all learning through this together. The road less traveled, as they say, is exhausting work. It's a little unsettling, but we're making our way through it.
And does the zone of productive discomfort include some technological issues? I know the first day of school had a bit of a rough start with some server issues. What happened?
Yeah, it may. You know, in my mind, after the fact, I was thinking, wow, all the traffic and traffic jams we typically have on the first day of school or the first week of school by cars, right? Parents dropping off students, streets are full of traffic. We didn't have that this year, so that was a little different. But all that traffic, if you think about it, merged onto the internet superhighway all at once. So certainly we're going to have some congestion. We're going to have a few hiccups. If you think about Coachella Valley itself, we have nearly 70,000 students that were online that given day when Desert Sands came on as the last school district for the school year to start. So there were some anticipated and forecasted delays, but we had some unanticipated ones as well, such as there was a neighborhood power outage as we began school that day. The power outage then apparently took out a large phone system. Then we had surge traffic that came in and overloaded the server. This all happened within the first hour and was rectified by the end of that hour. But I can tell you from a superintendent's perspective that every minute that clicked by within that hour felt like eternity.
I bet it did. And then let's not forget, just a couple days ago, there was an issue with Zoom, right? So what's being done to address all of these technical? I know a lot of it's out of your hands, but what's being done to make sure this doesn't happen again?
Again, I think we're learning. Just in California alone, we have 97% of students online for the first time ever at the same time. So even the companies, these global companies, national companies, they're having to respond and build systems that can manage and handle the extra traffic right now. So again, we're all learning through this. Certainly adjustments are being made.
The last time I spoke with you and the other two superintendents, when all of you were together, I asked each of you to grade your individual districts on success of the school year. Now, I know it's still very early, but the things that you mentioned specifically were engagement, support for students and parents, and support for teachers and staff. So starting with engagement, what grade would you give the district right now?
Wow, Peter, really? A report card on day 7?
Hey, I've asked all three of you, so it's your turn, Scott.
I was going to say great memory, but I'm sure you rolled the tape again. So engagement and participation, I would have to say I'd go with an A- on that. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the level of engagement. Just our own internal metrics would indicate we have about a 95% daily engagement, which I think is outstanding for the first 7 days. That means teachers are reaching out to students, students are reaching out to teachers, they're participating in shaking hands in the teaching and learning environment. So I'm really pleased with that. Our tech support doing an amazing job. Yeah, I would say, I'd say probably an A-, 95%.
So A- for engagement. What about support for students and parents?
I'm knowing that we can always learn, I'm going to go with maybe a B+. A B+. Again, great tech support. Our tech support calls have dropped down to what we call pre-COVID levels, more typical. That's refreshing. I monitor the front desk calls. We've dropped back down to normal. So that's an indicator usually of parent support. We've really ramped up our virtual engagements with the community. Just last night, we had Going the Distance. It's a part of an ongoing series for parent engagement. We're really happy about that. As you know, the Bailey and Coffee, what used to be in coffee shops throughout communities, is now online. We have a robust online resource bank for parents to access. So all that said, I would go with the B+.
B+. All right. And lastly, support for teachers and staff.
I'm going to go with a B+ there as well. Again, we launched a lot of professional development. I have to give kudos to the staff, the teachers. A lot of our professional development was developed by teachers for teachers, which makes it probably a lot more easy to digest. We had over 4,000 registrations for that PD this summer. So I would say that we've definitely built a bank of professional development opportunities for staff. We also offer safe and our health and safety trainings, the tech helpline. I could go on and on, but again, I applaud the staff for stepping up. But certainly, we've tried very hard to support our staff, and I know it's a very difficult job for them right now. So I'm going to go with the B+. We can always get better.
So A- and 2 B+. That's a pretty good report card, Scott.
Well, my mom would be impressed. This is a true story. Recently, she was cleaning out a garage. She's in her 80s, and she said she ran across my middle school report cards. I said, "Oh, that'd be awesome." In my job as a superintendent, the largest school district, Coachella Valley, if you could send that to me and I'll use it in some public speaking engagements. She said, "No, I actually threw it away. I didn't think you'd want to see it."
Oh, bummer. All right. Well, you can show her this report card. How about
Thank you.
that?
This
Scott,
is
it's always
refreshing.
great to chat with you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Peter. I want to thank you and KSQ.